Welcome to the Afterspin, opinions from thought leaders in our state. I want to ask John Hood and Chris Fitzsimon, in a recent WRAL interview, Francis DeLuca of the Civitas Institute said there were tens of thousands of people who voted but were not verified. DeLuca didn't cite any evidence of these claims, and our State Board of Elections investigated but didn't find widespread voter fraud. What's your reaction to DeLuca's claims of tens of thousands voting illegally, John?
Well, the short answer is that's not what he said. He said that there were tens of thousands of voters that cast ballots, and then the subsequent verification process was returned. That doesn't mean he was not suggesting those were all illegal votes. He was suggesting, and it's actually fact, it's not a question mark, that's how many of the postcards came back that were supposed to be used to verify. Now, much of that could be completely benign or explainable. For example, you cast a ballot, then you move. There's a variety of explanations. It doesn't have to be voter fraud. But now, whether he was intimating or other people assume that what he said is there are tens of thousands of illegal votes cast, there is not evidence for that.
I watched the interview, and that was the inference.
Well, I think you're right. I think the inference is clearly that, and there are organizations, not DeLuca's, but other organizations that have made that allegation. In fact, some tried to get the vote and did in some counties, and then it was restored, get people stripped off the voting rolls who weren't verified, who might have moved or whose mail was returned or whatever. So I think we're on dangerous ground. And I think he clearly was implying that we have a huge problem with our voting machines or our voting machinery, and that we need to do something about it.
You are correct. He did not flat out say that there were people voting illegally, but that really was the inference of what he was getting
and there's
to.
no question that DeLuca's argument is that there are probably some illegal votes happening, and if you had a really close election, then it might actually determine the outcome. I don't think he meant to suggest there were tens of thousands of votes that he knew were illegally cast.
You can't have 6 million people voting and not have some problems in voting, and some people that are perhaps not.
Although it's worth remembering the lessons that we learned during the recount or during the challenges that Governor McCrory made in the last election, where they were accusing people of voting twice in 2 counties. It turns out it was a father and son, or the name was in the wrong place. Very few of those were actual people who voted who weren't supposed to be voting.
That's true. In this case, these are names and addresses that are on a file. They've registered to vote. They've cast ballots. The state board or the local boards are trying to verify their identity, verify their location. The mail's coming back twice. Now, again, it doesn't mean that they were illegally casting votes, but it is a problem. We need to figure out a way to more effectively manage that.
All right, so let me ask this final question.
For example, they could be voting in the wrong place.
Yeah. All right, so in which case they should have been given a provisional ballot.
Correct, and some of their votes may not be legitimate in that situation.
I guess the bottom line question is, do we have a big voter fraud problem in North Carolina, and if so, how large do you think it is? John?
Oh, I doubt we have a big voter fraud problem, because we have occasionally had some very, very narrow, particularly at the local level. It is possible that voter fraud has determined the outcome of some local elections not too long ago.
I don't think we have a significant voter fraud problem. We have a problem with the rhetoric around that, which I think is unfortunate and is, I think, impugning the integrity of our democracy.
All right. Well, thank you for watching the Afterspin. We'll have more video all during the week on ncspin.com.